Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to The Walking Dead. We're now on episode 20, which is called Splinter. It is so strange to say that episode 20 because every other season is always only had up to 16, so it's just so weird. So what we saw here in the recap, it looks like we're finally getting to the group that left to go on Eugene's long distance booty call. We're gonna see what's going down with Ezekiel, Eugene, our new member, Princess, and Kumiko. They set out towards the end of last season to go and find, well, obviously Eugene's potential new love interest, but more importantly, with the communities pretty much being destroyed, they are in desperate need of allies and supplies and all kinds of things. And so they're hoping that this girl's group, her name completely eludes me, they're hoping that they're going to be potentially willing participants in helping them rebuild their life in Alexandria and, you know, again, become an ally, because that's something that before Alpha showed up was actually working for the communities to kind of have this, you know, groupings of people that were willing to help each other. Anyway, we obviously ended not so great wherever they ended up. The meeting point, Eugene thought that he'd missed his window, but instead he was met by a bunch of armed soldiers and some gear that looked very shiny, very high-tech, something we just don't see this far into the apocalypse anymore. So it raises a lot of questions about who this group is, how they've been keeping everything so pristine this whole time, and of course the big question is, are they going to trust our group? Are they going to let our group go? Because that could happen too, where they just decide, much like in Fear the Walking Dead, where it's like, no, you're part of our community now. So lots of questions. We're not going to get those answers until we get into the episode. And before we do that, you know the drill. If you've been here before and you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can join the family and be notified right away when I do more reactions to The Walking Dead, as well as a bunch of other kind of geeky, nerdy, fantasy type shows. I react to a bunch of things here, so definitely check it out. We're a lot of fun here, and yeah, we'd love to have you. With that out of the way, guys, let's get into this episode right about now. She's regretting joining this group already. Princess, I'm gonna need you not to snap right now though, girl. I know you're not exactly sane. No, Princess! Oh no, you did not! Yo, we did not go through everything we just went through with Alpha for this kind of disrespect. Very interesting that they're giving us Princess's perspective. This camera angle, though, artistic. Ooh, wow. PTSD be kicking in quick for Princess.
Charleston, Cheyenne, Columbia, Columbus, Concord, Denver.
She's going through the alphabet. So I'm guessing she's claustrophobic. Ow. Oh, I feel like that's just gonna lose a bunch of nails. Splinter! I get it, I get it. It's the episode, I get it.
Can you move any closer? Maybe then I can see you, kinda, sorta.
It hurts a little to move.
What do they do to you?
How bad is it? Are you bleeding?
No, I don't think so.
Internally.
Keep talking to me, okay?
Okay. So, when I was 14...
Oh my gosh, she goes all the way back, okay?
My mom didn't seem to notice, but my stepdad wouldn't let me eat at the dinner table. He spanked me hard.
Oh, I hope he was the first to go in this apocalypse.
So I said to my mom, hey, you gonna do something?
Let me guess.
Anything.
She ignored your hand? Probably not.
So my mom said, then don't eat.
Ooh, these people mess with the wrong one. Princess has got some dark stuff that is waiting to come out.
Yumiko?
Uh-oh.
Yumiko, you okay?
No.
Answer me!
I don't even care who these new guys are. I'm already over them. They can burn. Wow, all these coping mechanisms that she has. My girl has been through it. Why hasn't Eugene said anything?
Alright, yeah.
Wait, before you say that, maybe you should look where you're going.
Come on.
Stop that.
You're coming.
No, it's not a good idea.
Why not?
The folk are counting on me to be a cross between Santa Claus and a guardian angel, if you will.
Okay.
Hands up, move slowly.
Where are we going?
Walk.
Y'all really have problems answering simple questions, don't you?
What are you looking for?
Turn around.
Why is there not a female doing this? Nah, fam. Don't pick at it, stop. Oh, God.
How old are you?
Can you step into the light? I don't talk to shadows.
Man, I could be 50. I don't know, man. I lost track. Can you just tell me if she's alive?
It's a simple question.
She hurt. What do you want from me?
We're done.
I gave you answers.
Get her out of here.
Why can't I see her? What did you do with her? Why can't I see her?
Because you're being a bitch.
I want to see her!
Oh no. This community can go to hell. The violence, the way they're treating women, hell no. I'm fired up. Pulled all the way? You could have just slid it over a little. So no one's noticing the giant hole in the side of the car? No one? Oh my God, she's losing it. Her imagination is going so much wilder than probably anything that's happening.
What the? Ezekiel?
Is this real?
Took some.
Oh.
Dickhead, nailed me over an old fracture.
Princess, you're past.
I'll be okay. It's healed fine every time before.
Wow. Wow.
I just want to do the right thing.
I know.
Oh, Princess, there is nothing you did in the past to deserve what you got, honey. Nothing.
I mean, we were in love and it was just...
Well done.
What the hell did you just do?
I knocked him out. He was like, nothing to see here.
Keep quiet. Tell us what you did with our friends.
You don't have to do this.
My God, he's 12.
Just for the benefit of all, and for all who seek solace at our gates.
The hell is that supposed to mean?
It's what we stand for.
Why are you praying?
It's sick, but isn't it possible, just maybe, that we're not the bad guys?
You separated us and locked us inside train cars.
And hit us.
Okay, but if you just stay calm,
And stripped us naked.
what we stand for is real. This, all this.
Who are we?
Protocol on mission-based assignment.
Answer the questions.
For Christ's sake. I'm so new that rifle isn't even loaded.
Knew it. As soon as he stood up, I'm like, he is playing, y'all. What is it with these people and hitting girls?
Oh my God, stop!
I don't know. I feel like he deserves it.
You're gonna kill him!
Kind of the point.
You're gonna kill him!
Whoa, Zeke. Please don't hit Princess. Please don't hit Princess. Wow. She imagined it. I was right. I was right. I thought she hallucinated this. Holy snap. Certified crazy person. And I kind of stand. Where do we go from here? Jesus, Princess.
You met them a week ago.
That's a lifetime in apocalypse years.
Thank you. Timelines.
You're good on your own.
I'm a goddamn superhero on my own.
That's right.
Oh, let's go. You wanna go?
Why do I like this version of Ezekiel? Can we keep him?
But they came back for me.
Okay, we don't need any back talk from the walkers. Y'all just go take your hippy hoppy asses back to the field of her imagination.
I'm not crazy if that's what you're thinking.
You're totally crazy, but that's
I mean,
okay.
there's the ADHD, the anxiety, the PTSD, the depression, the crushing loneliness, and the active imagination that helps me cope with all of that. But like, maybe
Sis is woke,
only dark spaces just do bad things to my head.
right? Like most of us.
Well, I don't like them. But who does, right?
To say the least.
Who you for judging?
Didn't say anything.
Thanks for not screaming.
Yeah, well, it's exactly good for me.
Also, you're crazy and I thought you might kill me.
But who cares if you're alive in the apocalypse? You're like 150 years old anyway.
Facts.
I don't know where they're from. No. And my name is Princess.
That's good. Thank you.
Can I leave now? Cause you scare me.
Those
Sure.
are simple, the questions are routine. People just complicate them. Just need to know you can play ball with us.
So when can I see my friends?
Right now. I got it, let's go!
Why do these people suck so much? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Wow. What an episode. I don't know. I feel like I didn't talk enough or react enough in this episode because I was like really interested in the dialogue. Yeah, this episode was clearly a little more insight into our character of Princess for those who are not familiar with her from the comics, which that would be me. Like our introduction to her last season was very quirky and she seemed like, you know, borderline insane, but kind of funny, very personable, but also someone that you kind of want to keep a little bit of a side eye on because, you know, what's going on there. And now this episode really gave us some insight into why Princess is the way that she is and a little bit more into her behavior. Because, you know, no one's born quite that quirky. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's a few things that get you there. First of all, kudos to the actress. She nailed it. This episode was like 80% her. And she absolutely nailed it. She really like did a great job of pulling us in and really feeling her reliving this trauma that she's been through. And likely this has probably just been on rinse repeat her entire life. But you know, the entire world falling apart probably didn't do anything to help that. So, yeah, hearing that unfortunately she came from an abusive background, the sadly all too familiar story of a step parent who is abusive and sadly having a parent who doesn't care enough or doesn't have enough strength or enough resolve to protect their kids and the horrible, horrible results that can come from that. And oh, it was just so heartbreaking to hear about, you know, how as a child she was exiled from her family table and basically, I guess, from her family by her stepfather and her looking to her mom for that help and her mom being the person to be like, screw you, like, I'm not going against my husband. Like, stuff like that really boils me up. When I hear those types of stories, like, I'm just so grateful. Like, I was raised by a single mom and I know that I was always a priority for her and that there was no way any man would ever make it into her life that would not respect not only her, but also her child. And like the amount of personal safety and mental safety that gave me growing up is absolutely priceless. And it breaks my heart when I hear that other people have not had that. And it's just, it should be a crime that is punishable at the highest level, right up there with like murder and all the other horrible things. Because literally you saw like poor Princess, her entire childhood was destroyed. Her innocence was shattered. Her trust was shattered by the people that should have been protecting her at such a young age. And just hearing her talking about, you know, the hand being infected to the multiple contusions on her jaw because she's been hit in the face so many times by people who she was supposed to care for. It was heartbreaking. And it definitely helped us to understand why she both craves the idea of a family, but also still has a lot of trust issues and fear around whether or not she can trust people. Like the whole her walking through the minefield with them to get to the bikes makes so much more sense now, right? Because part of her in her mind was probably like, wow, these people seem nice. They're trying to be nice to me, but at the same time, like everyone I've known is a jerk and they've screwed me over. So it just explains so much. And honestly, the whole thing with her and Ezekiel, which I thought right out, I'm like, Ezekiel, I don't think he's the kind of person to be crawling on top of train cars. Like, he's no slouch, don't get me wrong, but something felt off about that. And I'm glad that I kind of figured out that, okay, no, I think she's hallucinating this. Like, this feels very strange. All that aside, that whole interaction between her and Ezekiel, how it turned out to be her mind fighting with itself about whether or not she should just make her way out. Like, you know, she had the opportunity to run and be on her own again. But much like Michonne all those seasons ago, and Rick, Morgan, all these characters, there's been a theme since the beginning of The Walking Dead, which is that nobody can survive it alone. Nobody can go at it alone in the long term. I love that they showed, or they had her with Ezekiel to kind of demonstrate that struggle that she was going through. And holy crap, like, she is a badass. Like, that guard did not know what hit him. I mean, now it looks like he staged it, you know, coming in, making himself very vulnerable to her, but I honestly don't think he expected that she was going to go off like that. You know what I mean? I don't think he thought she was quite that nuts. But it's good to know that we've got someone who's no snowflake on the side of our team here. Like I said, she's a bit crazy and definitely someone we should be a little worried about, but I prefer to have her on our side than against us. So I think this is a great way to introduce us to her character in what was sort of a bottled episode, but not really. And it made sense for this, you know, her being in this situation of being in this claustrophobic place and dealing with it. It also explains, because I kept thinking with the hole in the train car, like, there's no way they didn't know that this big hole was right there in the train car that you could easily pull off. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't believe that they were like, yeah, two rusty nails barely holding to this hole. I'm sure no one's going to figure out that they can escape through there. Like, it's pretty obvious now that this was a test, and, you know, this whole situation being in the dark room, much like Negan with, you know, putting people in the room and playing the music over and over again and feeding them dog food, etc. Like, it's all about seeing if they can break people down mentally. But sadly, in Princess's case, she's already quite broken mentally. But I love that part where she just rattled off, oh, the ADHD plus the PTSD and also the anxiety and the crushing depression and all the fact that, you know, I also have these hallucinations to help me deal with this psychotic world. Like, I was like, okay, Princess is fully aware, okay? Which sadly is also another nod to her past, that she has probably been through the system. She has probably been through a lot of different forms of therapy to try to help her with all that she's been through. But weirdly enough, it actually has helped her to cope with this world probably a lot better than other people would. But yeah, now the next question is, what were they doing? Like, what were they trying to test? I'm starting to think that each of the members of the group got a different type of test based on the way that they reacted. I'm assuming that her interactions with I keep calling her Yumiko, and with Eugene were real. I feel like they each got their own individual tests to kind of figure out, like, more of who they were and if they were the right stuff for this group. And Princess was probably the one wild card they didn't know how to deal with, because she is so left of center, right? She's such an anomaly of a person that any kind of a test I think that they would have normally thrown at her probably didn't work. And so sadly, it came down to them, you know, letting her think she could escape. Like, it makes me wonder what would have happened if she'd gone under the fence. Like, if she actually had tried to leave, would they have killed her? Would they have let her go? Like, I have questions now. I do wonder, but I suppose we'll probably maybe find out in the next episode more about whether or not they've been accepted, if they passed this test, and whether or not Stephanie on the radio knew about this. But either way, I'm very, very weary of this group, because I am not happy with the way that they treated Yumiko, how they treated Princess. I don't know if they treated the boys the same way, but it was really, like, triggering and demeaning to have them, like, stripping them down, staring at their bodies. Like, I know it was an intimidation tactic, but it's very degrading, and it's something that can really mess with you. Yeah, I just don't feel like we need to go with intense violence right off the bat. So it makes me very, very curious about this group. Are they really bad? Are they good? Are they just overly cautious? Are they like the CRM that presents as good, but when you get past the veneer, you find out it's actually pretty gross? I don't know, but for anything to last this long, we all know that there's probably something that's happened that is pretty morally questionable. So we'll probably find that out as we get further into the season. But yeah, great episode, actually. I did enjoy it, even though it was like kind of, like I said, very much an individualized episode. I actually found it really engaging and fun, so I enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, please go ahead and let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments. What are your viewpoints on Princess? Is this pretty accurate to how she is in the comics, or did they do a little bit of creative flourishing? Let me know below. And if you liked this video, guys, liked watching along with me, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time, see ya!